Thank you. Welcome to my video. This is my online political assessment. I keep being asked by people, many people, Mr. Diom, Dr. Diom, what's your political stand at the moment? What do you feel is going on? Give us an overview of how you feel. Like today, Uhuru Kenyatta, the president, met with few Jubilee senators in the hope of trying to bring order into the Senate. Mr. President felt he needed to stamp his authority on his Jubilee colleagues, and this is culminated by the fact that he's been having war with his deputy. So he feels like the Senate is divided between him and the deputy, and those who took positions, the majority leader and the majority whip, are too aligned to the deputy president wing of Tanga, as it is popularly known. So Mr. President felt today he had to act, and from what was shown yesterday, he's entered into a coalition agreement with KANU, and he felt he needed to bring some KANU members into the Senate leadership. So this afternoon, Elgeyo Marakwet Senator Kipchumba Murkomen was relieved his position as the majority leader in the Senate, and he was replaced by a Mr. Pogisio from West Pokot. On her part, Susan Kihika, the senator for Nakuru, was also replaced from her position of the majority whip in the Senate, and her position was taken up by Senator Irungu Kenyatta of Muranga. Now, one may ask, how effective is that, or how effective will that be in the Senate, knowing that still majority are opposition plus those aligned into the Tanga. There is a list already circulating that 22 senators aligned to Jubilee have disowned the meeting that took place at State House and effected the changes. So one would be asking, have we seen the end of the war between the president and his deputy, or is it just beginning? It's a question that would be looked into so many political analysts, political commentators, even politicians. Those who have been repressed, Senator Kipchumba Murkomen and Susan Kihika, they were fairly instrumental to the election of Uhuru Kenyatta. And I'm sure they will not just go quietly. So we are expecting there will be a lot of war. Nobody knows how that benefits the opposition headed by Raila Odinga. He entered into a handshake, but last week we all saw what we saw in both Parliament and Senate, and it sent shockwaves in the political divide. I understand the president himself reached out to Raila to find out what was going on. Minority Leader John Bundy gave a scathing attack on the government. He sent a message that handshake does not mean they're going to condone the incompetence. That in itself, with whatever is going on at the moment, and with the deputy who is not willing to be tamed, we can only wait and hope that we've not seen the end of it. It's good. It's politics, but in Kenya, it's politics in another level. Everywhere else in the world, politics has been subdued by the COVID-19 pandemic, but in Kenya, the COVID-19 gave Uhuru Kenyatta an avenue to try and finish his deputy president. His curtailing of gatherings has given him an edge. Ruto is known to be a mobilizer. He likes to tour across the country. But now, without the much gatherings that he used to attract before, he has been tamed. He's always been at home. He cannot call for meetings. He cannot call for his brigade to meet. So we don't know what will happen immediately after the lockdown is relaxed, because we expect immediately the gatherings start coming together. There will be a lot of political moves across Mount Kenya, Rift Valley, and everywhere else that DP Ruto feels he's got his support. We saw former Senator for Kakamega, Bonnie Halwale, dishing out money openly, saying it was from the Deputy President. So we are expecting that this is just getting started. It is getting tough. We expect there will be casualties, and we are still waiting to see how the Tanga will respond. We want to see how they go after the arrest of Uhuru Kenyatta. We also want to hear Uhuru Kenyatta himself what he's going to say, and including his deputy. His deputy this morning, knowing what was happening in politics, he sent a very scathing attack directed at the president, that this is not the time to do politics. We got a lot of calamities, flood, COVID, and landslides. And he was telling people it's time to care for one another. It's time to remember those who are struggling. It's time to remember those who are in need. So it's like he sent a message. Don't be so obsessed with what is going on with Uhuru. There is life after politics. And he was like saying, I cannot understand how in the midst of all this, we are getting time to try to outdo one another. Anyway, he's not lucky because even himself, when the president have seemed like he wanted them to work, DP Ruto himself has crisscrossed the country campaigning for his 2022 bid. Now, wherever that goes, or whatever happens in Jubilee, where all his people have been thrown out by the Secretary General Rafael Tuju, we can all say we are waiting to see what will happen. It's good. So I'll be doing analysis now and then, post them into my YouTube channel, Diongo G TV. You're fairly welcome to log in there, watch, let's engage, make comments, and let me hear what you think. It's good to talk to you people. I'll be doing this often, and it will be my hope that it will be refreshing, it will be educating, it will be giving a new direction, even as we wait to see where Mount Kenya is going. Uhuru Kenyatta is retiring, no question about that. The Kikuyus majority are tired with his leadership. That's why even Ruto is finding it easy to walk into Mount Kenya. But Kikuyus are known. They love their own candidate. There's quite a number of them. And currently my candidate is none other than the Muranga governor, Mwangi wa Iria. He's got a future. We are waiting maybe for him to call a meeting among the many Kikuyu leaders and set the way forward. And that's where our interest is in. I believe and I trust that the next leadership of Kenya is coming from Muranga, and we'll all have a stake. There is too much at stake. We'll have to fight for it. Thank you.